The Spero Brothers were trying to take over the local mob.
Carl Spero did whatever he could to poke the outfit's eye. They held up the B&C Meat Company, for one thing. The guy who held it up was directly connected back to the Speros immediately.
There was a location down at 5th and Truce called a Trap. It was a card room where the organization went down there and gathered after hours or various times. They had a bombing, I believe it was 76, 77, and one of the people there at the organization wanted to know if an electrician could rig up something like that.
Johnny Bricado was a known Spero associate and an electrician. Shortly after the Trap bombing, Bricado's body was found with signs he had been tortured. The autopsy revealed he had been kept at a meat locker because the contents of his stomach were frozen.
The Spero Brothers were sitting in a bar to Virginia Inn or something like that on Admiral Boulevard.
They were not going to get him the way they normally did, but they had to, what I call, cowboy the murder.
The night that Carl and that Mike was killed and Carl was shot and Joe was shot also, I was home and I'd had one or two too many toddies, and the phone rang and said, you know, there's been a shooting at the Virginia Tavern. You got to get down there.
Two members of the intelligence unit that night, trolling the streets, drive by the Virginia Tavern, and they see Carl Spero in the doorways talking on the payphone. They are just down the street when the word comes out over their radio, shooting at the address of the Virginia Tavern. They turn around, come back, and find Carl Spero lying in the street, having been shotgunned in the back. Carl, you going to tell us, you know who did it? He said, yeah. You going to tell us? No.
I went down there that night. There were people all over the place, and sources and one thing and another, and reporters and all kinds of stuff. But you know, the blood's still in the street where Carl was hit.